I'm Jonathan Watt with Atara Group International. We hope you're enjoying our mini-series on church history, which we're filming while we're visiting 3 countries in Europe, Germany, France, and currently Switzerland. If you are and want to support our ministry online, please press the like button and subscribe to our channel. We're talking today about persecution. We're set in a beautiful, beautiful setting here. Persecution, of course, a not so attractive point of the history of the church. We want to talk specifically about how persecution propelled early Christianity. In the annals of history, the story of early Christianity is a testament to resilience and transformation and the extraordinary power of faith. You see, for the first roughly 300 years, the fledgling religion faced waves of persecution, yet it was through these trials that the seeds of Christianity ended up being sown across the Roman Empire and eventually even beyond it. It was a time of trials and triumphs. The early Christian movement often found itself in the crosshairs of political turmoil, societal scapegoating, as it was emerging within the vast Roman Empire that at the time encircled the Mediterranean, stretching from parts of Europe to the Middle East, to Arabia, to North Africa. Perhaps best known in this is the persecution under Nero after the Great Fire of Rome in the year 64. Christians were being targeted and blamed, supposedly for that fire. But the greatest persecution that not as many people know about happened in the late 200s under the Emperor Diocletian. It was the most systematic and severe, with edicts issued that stripped Christians of legal rights, demanded adherence to the Roman religious practices, including worshiping the emperor as a divine character. Now, despite the intense suffering, the faith endured, and remarkably it grew. Now, Tertullian of Carthage, who lived and wrote in the early 200s, eloquently captured this paradox when he declared, and I'm quoting him here, "We multiply," referring to Christians, of course, "we multiply whenever we are mown down by you. The blood of Christians is seed." And what he meant by that is that there's this truth in a sense that persecution ends up not in the snuffing out of a religion, but it actually fertilizes its spread. Now, as others have sort of echoed that concept, the phrase has sort of morphed a little bit, and you'll hear things like this well said: "The blood of martyrs is the seed of the church." Now, there was a turning of the tide with Constantine, who became the emperor in the early 300s, and it happened like this. Constantine was one of a number of claimants to the power of the throne. And he came to power around AD 312 in a series of events, and on the eve of a crucial battle, Constantine reportedly had a revelation that led him to favor the Christian God. And his subsequent victory and the issuance the following year of what's called the Edict of Milan in 313 marked a monumental shift. And the decree not only ended persecution, but it also granted Christians the freedom to practice their faith openly, and it even went so far as to restore confiscated church property and granting Christianity a legal recognition across the empire. Religions were classified as religio illicita or licita. This was now a legal religion. The Edict of Milan was a milestone in the journey toward religious tolerance within the Roman Empire, and of course across it, at least in principle, and it set the stage for Christianity's transformation from a persecuted sect, if you will, albeit its estimates say maybe 10% of the empire was professing Christian by that time. It turned them from that persecuted sect into a major world religion. Now, what happened next? Well, there was a creed, actually a series of creeds, that expressed a unity of truth and doctrine. As Christians emerged from the shadows of persecution, they faced increasingly internal challenges of doctrine and unity. So to address these and a number of other concerns as well, Emperor Constantine convened what's become known as the First Council of Nicaea. It was the year 325, and they're actually meeting in the upper northwest corner of what is today Turkey. And that council led to a number of things. One of them was the creation of what we call the Nicene Creed eventually, and the defining of key Christian doctrines, particularly with a view to Jesus Christ. This pivotal document articulated these beliefs and established a unified, more or less consistent doctrine that bolstered the faith structure and coherence, at least widely across the empire. So it moved from persecution through perseverance, and by the 5th century, Christianity had become the state religion across much of the Roman Empire. This transition brought about profound societal changes, shifting the faith from what was sometimes done as a relatively private or somewhat hidden worship to a very open public institution, obviously intricately related and linked to Roman law and governance. Now, the evolution of Christianity from a marginalized belief to an integral part of the empire's fabric is a remarkable narrative and adaptation of a sort of an enduring influence. The age of martyrs was morphing into a period of Christian predominance. So this story of early Christianity is one of these sort of paradoxical ones, strength born from adversity. And the trials faced by early Christians did not extinguish their faith. Rather, these trials kindled a flame that spread across the continents and throughout the centuries as well. So today, as we reflect in this beautiful place on this legacy, we're reminded of the transformative power of faith, the enduring impact of those who stood firm in their beliefs despite the odds. And if you found this part of church history and its lesson interesting and would like to learn more, tune into our church history playlist on YouTube or schedule one of us to come and speak to your organization or church event. We'd love to help you learn by visiting our website, and consider scheduling a 15-minute free consultation with us. Thank you.